Shortcuts don't work in sales. You may take a shortcut today on your way to work or your way to go to an event, but they don't work in sales. I'll unpack it all on this episode of the Sales Hunter podcast. And oh, yeah, I am Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter.
You're listening to the Sales Hunter podcast with Mark Hunter, where the focus is to help you as a sales leader sell with confidence and integrity. And now here's your host.
Hey, we've all taken that shortcut on our way to get somewhere. And wow, it saves us all kinds of time, or it scoots us around something. It saves us something. But have you ever had that shortcut come back and bite you? Well, that's why you can't take shortcuts in sales. Okay, it's very easy for us because we get busy. We get a lot of opportunities. You get different deals of different sizes, different prospects, and you think that you can kind of shortcut your way through. Now, on the one hand, it can sound very logical because, hey, you want to shortcut this small deal so you can focus on this bigger deal. Okay, I get you. Yeah, I can buy into that. In fact, I did buy into that recently. I had a client call me up and I've worked with them a lot of times, and we agreed to do X. So I did X. The problem was when we got done, they thought I'd agreed to do Y and I had agreed to do X. What did that mean? We had a discrepancy in the price. You see, what had happened was I took a shortcut. I didn't bother to really try to confirm things in writing. We'd done it over the phone, very neat, very fast, very casual. I didn't bother to really tighten things up. And it came back to bite me. Now stop and think about this. Now, this was a small deal for me. And okay, lesson learned. Never take shortcuts. But I got thinking to myself, what would have happened if that had happened on a big deal? And yet that's exactly what happens too frequently. We wind up short-circuiting, and where the short-circuiting comes around is just what happened to me in this deal. I didn't put things in writing. You see, what happens many times is that we get going down the road and we are going to lock up this deal. We're going to put this contract together. And there's some things that, we probably should discuss with the client. Maybe we do, but we don't put it in writing. And what happens is expectations go sideways. You see, they have one set of expectations, and we have a different set of expectations. And what happens? We get to the finish line and there's a disagreement. You see, what happens is we may close the sale, we may get it, but then post-sale, the customer is disenchanted because what they thought they were going to get is not quite what they were getting. This happens a lot, especially at quarter end, especially at year end, where we in sales, we make comments, we make assumptions, we draw conclusions that we aren't backing up, we aren't committing to, we aren't following through on. I want you to look at your sales process, and I want you to look at, in particular, how you sign off on deals, how you make sure you get everything in play. Because here's the other way this comes back to bite you. You've got this deal, you're just about ready to close it, and we'll say it's the end of your quarter. You need it this quarter, but the customer's procurement process requires 14 days or requires you to go through these series of hoops. If you had not taken shortcuts along the way, you would have known that. You would have had that information in hand and you would have been prepared for it. You see, shortcuts are just that. They're shortcuts. But with every shortcut comes a price. And you better be prepared to pay the price. Fortunately, in my situation, one that I just encountered, it wasn't that big of a deal. So we worked through it. Everything's good. Everything's fine. I play the long game. But could you imagine if that had been a major opportunity for me, a major deal for my company, what that would have done? Ooh, not good. You see, I learned a lesson. Shortcuts may work when you're driving, may work when you're doing some things, but they don't work when you're doing sales. Hey, my name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. This has been another quick episode, 2 episodes a week. One, a short single topic, one like this, and the other episode, longer form with a subject matter expert. Sales Hunter podcast does one thing. It's to help you see and achieve what you didn't think was possible. And would you do me a favor? Leave me a review on your favorite podcast app. And of course, hey, make sure you subscribe to it and drop me a line on LinkedIn, would you? Because again, I love interacting with you, the listener. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the sales